they can annex via their I see.
Their
They
focus.
yeah, via focus tree they can peacefully annex. But yeah, I would do Uruguay, and then Bolivia, or you can do both eventually, but I would do Uruguay first.
All right.
Anything with an actual focus tree tends to be stronger in the long run than generics. Not
Yeah.
always, but it depends what the focus tree and what focus are you running right now?
And liberate the Antilles.
Oh, yeah, you're still doing that. Okay.
Yeah, 15 days or so.
Yep. Oh, news pop up. Argentina joins the Bolivarian Alliance. Yep. Oh, knew about that. Um, hold on. I'm gonna actually reorder some factories. That's stronger. I feel like I might want to. I think I did get a mission or something. Move factories around between states. Uh, hold on. Checking my map. No, maybe not. Say mission event. On pause. Yeah. So, how much photo power you have?
One.
One. Oh yeah,
Yep.
cause
I just spent it all on Argentina.
yep. But you're not boosting relations or anymore with anyone, right? Because sometimes it's easier to forget that
Nope.
and run keep it running. Okay, good. Uh,
How long until the Spanish commune is capitulated? Do you think they just have to lose their southern part, or can they survive with just Catalonia?
they can survive with just Catalonia basically
Okay, cool.
until they lose the spirit. Death before. What is it? Uh, oh no, they've already lost the spirit that makes it really hard for them to surrender. Let me check out. You can look at current wars. Oh, okay. They're 48% of the way to capitulation. They control six, so they have to lose about 2/3 of their current victory points value. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
uh,
I'm almost at my Navy experience cap. I have 460.
hmm.
Do you think I should
Barcelona is worth 30, so yeah, they won't capitulate till they lose Barcelona, pretty much.
should I, should I buy another, maybe a Marines doctrine, my last one,
Um,
or like a naval doctrine or something?
oh, you're
Cause
still running the
yeah, and if my
support.
convoys sink, it'll get pretty close to the cap.
Yeah, there's not a hurry on it, but I think you only have the first level of trade interdiction, right?
Yes.
Do you have any spirit and you have the spirit of the Navy and like all the Navy spirits filled out?
Yep.
Hmm. How long till your next research slot is done? I mean, your next.
76 days, and I have infantry too.
Oh, yeah, so you're gonna overflow the cap. I was talking about saving for the Marines. Oh yeah, have you done your Marine doctrine tree yet?
Yep, I have everything but expeditionary task forces, which
Yeah,
is the very last one,
uh, there was a reason you weren't doing that. Because it's
because
not
it's
that.
not very helpful. Naval
Yeah.
invasion capacity, extra marine supply grace, um, and then battalion modifiers for marines.
Hmm.
Support artillery or
Yeah, I would
anti-air
I would grab
or
that
anti-tank.
because there's some rivers you have to cross, and if you do have a Marine division, then that'll add.
All right.
Well, the naval invasion capacity would be nice. Instead of having to transport tech, it'd allow you to um and the supply grace. Actually, that's probably the most useful part for naval invasion. If you're like helping, if you're helping Nicaragua invade Panama, for instance, you can land east of Panama and the supply grace will last a little longer. It's not a big bonus, but if you're close to hitting the cap, I would probably do that last one.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
do that one. Now
because
I'm
in
back down
terms
to
of
400.
Navy doctrine tree, you probably actually want to do, you probably eventually want to swap out of trade interdiction and into fleet and being.
You
So
can
you
do
can,
that?
what?
How do you do that?
You just take the first focus of fleet and being. You lose all your progress, but it'll essentially throw away 100 Navy XP worth of progress in the trade interdiction tree. But uh, this will let
Oh,
you,
so I just lose trade interdiction?
yeah,
Do I
and
keep any of the other ones
uh,
below it?
no, oh, you have stuff below it already.
What if I did? Would I
You
lose that as well?
Yes, you would. You'd lose all progress in the tree, and you have
Oh,
to start over.
okay.
I mean, I flipped my land doctrine. I started with the first level of superior firepower, and I already flipped into grand battle plan. So you can definitely do it. It's not like
All right.
I just wouldn't get too far into a tree. You just have the first level of trade
Yeah.
interdiction, right?
Yeah. So you think I should switch to fleet and being sometime in the future?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for quite a while because you want to recruit admirals. That's the thing. Trade interdiction isn't terrible for you, but if you have fleet and being, you can take underway of replenishment, and you get naval mine laying efficiency, which is actually really good to be able to lay naval mines for like to actually gain naval superiority in the Caribbean. The Caribbean is actually like an ideal place to lay mines because fjords and archipelagos don't have any debuff to hitting naval mines. Um, Even shallow seas do, like all other naval terrain types do, basically. So yeah,
Ah,
so it's an ideal place to use mine laying, and fleet and being has a bonus to mine laying. So and that'll help you like with coastal defense. It'll also help with like sometimes actually sinking hostile ships. It'll be useful against Spain. You can mine the heck out of the Caribbean, and when Spain comes and tries to invade like Cuba and stuff, if they win their civil war, then they'll like hit naval mines off the coast of Cuba and stuff, and it'll make their invasions. They'll suffer bigger penalties
yeah.
if their troops make it to
The
shore.
Mediterranean is an ocean?
Yep, it's the what
That's weird.
these things have. Well, I mean, it is. It's what this represents is stuff to do with like how deep is the water, because like the English
Yeah.
Channel is shallow, which is to represent it's so shallow that it's easy to find subs. Like it,
Mm,
and it has to do with how stormy. It's not really. It's not. It's a shallow sea, the English Channel. The
yeah.
Mediterranean is deeper than the English Channel is, I think. And there are places where subs can hide in the Mediterranean. Uh, Fjords, archipelagos, or if there's a lot of islands and stuff that like subs could hide behind, and they tend to also be shallower oceans where hitting a naval mine would be easy to do because of all the like islands, because you know the ocean floor rises
Yeah.
up near an island usually. So
I
yeah,
see.
and anyways, I'll unpause it if you're good, or
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Would it be good to train Mountaineer with this general? Because I'm getting some Mountaineer.
oh, the
But yeah, he's
jungle
94. Yeah, he's
jungle rat.
94% towards Jungle Rat now.
Once he gains jungle rat, he gains experience towards mountaineer at half the speed.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it
So it's
would be.
unlikely.
Uh, how much does he have towards mountaineer?
Only 22%.
Hmm. Yeah, he could gain it eventually. A lot of the areas he has to fight through have jungles and mountains. So yeah, yeah. I'd actually. I mean, you're not doing combat in any jungles right now, so yeah. If you
Yeah,
focus,
I just beat them in the jungle.
what?
I just beat them in a jungle.
Oh, so yeah. As long I just instead of pulling out of the jungle again, I would focus on like trying to grab Monterey maybe. Well, shoot. If you take Monterey, it's does that control? Yeah, that would give you control of the Coahuila, and you want them to run infrastructure there. So yeah, no, I guess I would focus on mountain warfare. You could start where would be a good place? I guess you could start trying to push like once you've taken that mountain that it looks like you're taking right now, south of Monterey.
Yeah.
You could then I guess start pushing like west of Monterey. And then up through the mountains there, they'll probably rush divisions to stop you and try and cut off the guys who are east of Chihuahua. And you can encircle and destroy those divisions. So, yeah, that's what I would probably do next. Slice
In
off
encircle. Sorry. So encircle who? The
the,
four west
the
of Monterey.
I would push north west of Monterey after you take the mountain south of Monterey, right?
North of west. Yeah.
So you take the mountain south of Monterey, then they have to defend Reynosa, like, and they'll keep divisions there, more divisions there because it's threatened, and that's good because then you push north west of Monterey all the way to the U.S. border, and that will cut off a bunch of their
Oh,
divisions
you mean northeast?
northeast. What?
Like to Reynosa?
No, northwest of Monterey. You see how there's the mountains there,
Yeah.
west of Piedras Negras.
Oh, I see.
After you take those mountains you're currently attacking, I would push north all the way to the U.S. border. I would grab
Yeah.
Pedros Negras too, because it's a little bit of local supply, and it'll help your troops fight better, and it won't take the state or anything.
I see.
So I would grab Pedros Negras, and I would push west, and those divisions that are next to Chihuahua right now, I can see at least two, right?
Yeah.
You can cut them off, you can encircle them, and then you can destroy them. You can completely obliterate those divisions uh, east of Chihuahua, and you'll greatly shorten your front lines, which allow you to concentrate more men, fight, have easier fights because you outnumber them by more wherever you attack and so forth.
I see.
So, and I would put off taking Monterey because you want them to build infrastructure in Monterey and via their
As long as they own this that one province, they can still run focuses.
yeah, as long as they control the state of Monterey, they can still build infrastructure there. I'm
Okay.
looking at their focus tree right now. It says Coahuila can get infrastructure through some of their remaining focuses. In fact, it looks like they prioritize it over Tamaulipas until Tamaulipas can't take any more infrastructure, and then they'll do it there. So yeah, I would. They can add infrastructure as long as they control Monterey and their capital. Those are the two places they need to control. Everything else, you could take literally every other province except Monterey and their capital, and they would still be able to build factories, and they would not surrender. You know,
All right.
everything else is just room to maneuver and room to weaken them, so that when you do eventually take Monterey and their capital, they'll be in really rough shape. It'll be really easy fights. Also, how much progress do you have on those bombers you're buying?
I have two. I will get two more in 3 days.
Hmm. You have two. You get two more in 3 days.
Yeah, I only put one factory on it, so it's very slow.
Indeed.
In 3 days we can cancel it, and I can send more factories if you think I should get them sooner.
Um, no, no. It'll just take time. You'll probably use it in Central America anyways. But if you do get some. Um, I'd leave it be for now. How many deliveries will it take to get them all?
8.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's not terrible. Anyways, on pause. Oh, decisions available. Hold on. Something just ticked up. Oh, I have 50 political power. I can now expand my my. Oh yeah, once you take localized training centers, you can create new divisions. And it costs political power and a little bit of factory use, but afterwards you can recruit new spies faster. Like you can add to your spy pool a little faster than if uh
Yeah.
yeah, all right. I'm about 5 months out from my civil war. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll create the South American section. Uh or sorry, 5 months, 3 months. Well, yeah, probably stop not running focuses after old age pension act. That's probably the smart thing. Save up political power. So what else may I do? Build the Pentagon, I guess. Maybe. But yeah, I can wait. Because I don't want war economy as soon as my war breaks out. If I can send send factories away. On pause. Huh. Industrialist moves factories from Wisconsin to Florida. Okay.
Yeah. Huh.
Where even
Weird.
Wisconsin's up here, right? Yeah. I haven't built any infrastructure. If they move out of a state with good infrastructure, I might replace the factory, but they're just pulling factories out of places that have bad infrastructure so far and into the south. It's Civil War events, and it actually adds build slots, though. I'm not sure. Sometimes when a Civil War ends, the extra build slots, you can lose half of them rounded up. So if you'd have to have 2 slots to keep one.
Oh.
They in the newest DLC, they changed that so that no longer happens, I think. But because Iran has such a pitiful number of build slots that it was really crippling them in like their new focus tree, and so I think that was
Oh,
what.
they just added a new DLC? Oh,
Yes,
Graveyard of Empires. Oh, I see. I didn't
and
realize that.
Iran got a focus tree, as did Iraq in it, and Afghanistan. Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, all focus trees, and they redid India's focus tree as well.
Oh.
And I think because those countries have so few build slots and they can get civil wars from some of their new focus trees, that was what finally made Paradox fix the issue with whenever a state
Yeah.
changes ownership, half the extra build slots can disappear. But civil wars, that doesn't always happen because you have cores. It had something
Mm.
to do with like running a state. If you annex a state or puppet a state that you didn't have cores on, is usually when it occurred. So I'm not sure if the extra build slots in my Civil War will disappear after, and they won't if the AI does like a focus and adds a second build slot to the one that got +1. Then one of them will stay around when I would have had none stay around. So it's still useful. Yeah, my Civil War can effectively get me more build slots than I would ever be able to get otherwise. Um, hmm.
Nope.
Huh?
My bad.
Oh, no, it's cool if there's something I just didn't know was up.
I let them take a mountain. Ah,
Oh,
crappy front lines.
they took a mountain back.
Yeah, I screwed up my front lines.
Oh, I mean, oh no, that's actually you can take advantage of this. That's not a bad thing at all. I'm assuming it's that mountain southwest of Monterey, like southwest,
Yeah.
southwest actually. What you can do is take the desert north of it, then the divisions, the mountain will be encircled, and then you can take the mountain back and destroy the divisions that are in the mountain.
There's 3 divisions in the desert and only one down there in the mountain.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna want to take the mountain back eventually, anyways. It'll be easier to take once it's encircled, and you'll need that desert if you're gonna push north and cut off the divisions near Chihuahua. So
Right.
I would build up as whatever forces you need to take that desert, and I would take the desert to gain an encirclement, and then you can destroy, and you won't ever have to worry about that division on the mountain again. So, you know, it's a methodical
Okay.
approach. It's how you start to gain massive numerical superiority. So, worth it. Uh, Hold on, I do need to pre-deploy a division. Actually, you paused at just the right time. Newark Defense Force gets a second division. Uh, I guess these 17th Infantry is a reasonable name. I'll just leave it. Should probably guard this airfield if that's where it's. Oh no, it's inland from there. Sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly where like an airfield or something is. You know, it's like right on the edge of a province. So,
Yeah.
uh, still. Gonna add an extra division on the coast. Sometimes the AI is smart enough to not try and land directly in a city that's a port, or sometimes they'll go for victory points that aren't ports, but instead land next to it and then try and push or do a broader invasion that attacks both the open terrain and. So, yeah. Um, Sometimes is the key word. But I'm putting a division somewhere it can reinforce Philadelphia if it looks bad. Uh, Shoot, actually, Philadelphia only has one division. That's more important. Sorry, I'll just put the division there. Actually, cool. All right, pause. Oh, I have something with the oh, the ship's already done. Hold on a second though. I need to change something with equipment as assignments. Oh no, why is it trying to? It's because it. All right, good to go. Just had to. Oop. Shoot. I have to pull some rifles off the market or I could get a bad event. Cool. All right. Have to always keep 1,000 rifles in my armories, or if the Confederacy decides to raid an armory and they find nothing in it, or what nothing is defined as less than 1,000 rifles, then they like humiliate the government. You know, if
Yeah.
like it just says you lose stability, but I think the idea is they tell all their Confederate pals, hey, they don't have any guns. You know. And I don't blame them, I guess. Like, I would probably do it too if I was plotting what they're up to.
Yeah.
How are you doing for political power now, by the way?
14.
14? Okay. And February's almost up, so given that it's -3 a month, once it hits March, you could start improving relations with Uruguay, actually. Because if it decays at a rate of -3 a month, and then you can just run it for like couple days just to get up to 50. So that's what I would suggest.
All right.
Some music for folks on YouTube. No, it's been really quiet. Oh,
Oh, liberate the
something.
Antilles.
Oh, you just finished it. Yeah. Mexican threat to the Caribbean. You've now generated
You
world
get
tension, which means democracies could technically justify a war on you if world tension was at 100%. Manually justify. They're not going to do that. Oh yeah, and that were you already under atheist state, or did Liberate the Antilles give you that?
I have been since I did.
Oh, Bolivarian Alliance, right?
I think so. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's fine. I mean, as long as you're in a civil war, you can't get a Cristero rebellion.
Oh, so that means I need to do video worker militias before I end the Civil War, doesn't it?
Yes, so that because that will reduce. You probably want to do that so that because you can't get atheist state twice, and then you
Yeah.
can transfer lands to church so that you don't before you end your civil war.
So should I do it next?
No, because it'll just destabilize you by adding more communist support.
Right.
Yeah, I would. I mean, you just finished
I don't want to
Liberate
put
the
communists.
Antilles.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Well, let's see. Law and industrial promotion, coastal defense plan. Soldaderas. Military budget review.
It'll probably take about 70 days for you to get Bolivia and Uruguay in your faction. You don't want those so that neither gets attacked by Chile.
Yeah.
Shoot, and I mean you probably do eventually want to do Paraguay after that if there's enough time, so they won't attack them either. It's just they're the most expensive. So if you can only pick two of the three, you should save Paraguay for last. So the point being is that you're not going to be able to do Nicaragua by the time you take March southwards. You're just going to risk that, like some random democracy, there aren't many that can do it. I think France could technically guarantee, although it very rarely has the political power. So as long as you don't keep a war goal going for a long time that you don't use, you're fine. Yeah, I guess.
Military budget review.
I would do law and industrial promotion and then the military budget review. So, finish up your civ economy with law and industrial promotion, and then, like,
all right,
yeah, and then you can grab military budget review so that you can grab the naval dockyards below it, and then the heroic military college for the army XP and the cheaper land doctrine. But yeah. Especially if you have to buy some steel to keep the dockyards going, that's going to hurt your industrial snowball a little bit. So. Once I got construction 3, I was probably going to stop sending all these. So you only have about 2.5 months more of me giving you all these factories. So then your economy is going to start. It's going to be a lot weaker after that.
Okay.
Because I think I'm giving you like what 20 something factories. 26. And then like 5 are going into consumer goods. So yeah, you're gonna drop down to, I think you have 26 factories on construction, you said?
Um, well, not anymore. 23.
23. Like you're so that's on Jalisco and infrastructure in Mexico City, right?
Yeah, I have 13 factories owned.
Yeah. Uh some of which are going to buy equipment and stuff. You're gonna drop down to like 6 factories in like 2.5 months. So yeah, you might as well get the Civ ones from Law Industrial Promotion so that you're a little less crippled by that. And when you get your dockyards, they're probably going to want to buy a little steel so that you can actually run your dockyards at full efficiency and start putting more in the capital ship production. Um, or maybe do some destroyers because it costs less steel, actually. I don't know. You have to consider, like, you'll need destroyers to escort the coastal defense ship. Uh, your dockyard is all sitting in port right now, right? So your whole navy.
No, they're doing coastal bombardment
Oh yeah, they're anchored off the coast
of
uh of that jungle.
Tamaulipas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um yeah, some of the ships are damaged in that force, I'm assuming. Like they
Not anymore.
they're all
Well,
fully
yes,
repaired.
slightly actually. There's some 79% ones.
Yeah, yeah, cuz they were doing exercises and they didn't fully repair before that. Just trying to get a sense where your navy stuff is, and you're building capital ship with one dockyard and the other is on convoys, right?
Yep,
Yeah, so how many destroyers do you have in that force if that's your whole navy?
9.
9 and one capital ship?
Yeah, one coastal defense ship.
Yeah, since you will have to protect you'll have to if Spanish come, their navy isn't big, but it's big enough to crush that. Uh yeah, you'll probably need some more destroyers. If Spain comes and messes with you, you're probably going to want to like try and use destroyer hit and run tactics where you like with an admiral who's got Lancer, because then some of his torpedoes can hit their capital ships. It's gonna be risky, but that combined with naval bombers, the Spanish Navy is not huge, but I think it has like I think they lost most of them in the Civil War. What would the Spanish Directory have? I think it would have 2 battleships, proper battleships, and I've been spy on them so I can see 2 battleships and 10 to 14 destroyers, and 5 to 7 subs and 2 light cruisers. So it's considerably larger than your navy. It's not huge, but it could definitely make mincemeat of your navy in a frontal engagement. So yeah, um, and they're gonna eventually come for you or someone else in your faction. Yeah, I guess when you get the additional dockyards, I would put them on destroyer production.
Okay.
I mean, the coastal defense ship you'll need for shore bombardment eventually, but for like unifying Latin America, whatever you like invade, but you may have to start thinking of Spain, and if you buy the steel to put more in coastal defense ships, it'll really set your civilian economy back. Destroyers cost less steel than big capital ships, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would get some. Uh, you don't even have the tech for 36 destroyers, do you? 1936 destroyers,
Probably not.
because that's probably what you actually want to produce. Is not the early destroyers. Those are
Yeah, I don't have those yet.
yeah yeah. All you have is some destroyers. They're good for laying mines, mine sweeping, and escorting convoys right now. Mines are pretty effective in the Caribbean though, so I guess it would start production on some of the mine layers, the ones that had hold on, I actually can see it because I'm licensing it from you. So let's check. You can even add it to your queue now so you don't forget to do it later when you have more dockyards.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the mine layer 2 has fire control. You didn't remove it from that design.
I guess not.
Oh yeah, okay. I would create a variant that doesn't have the fire control and save it as a new one because I can license that until I finish construction 3, and that's probably what you want to produce. Is 2 mine layers and just the very minimal uh, anti-air armament in case of any aircraft in the area, and so it's multifunctional in the future. And yeah, because Spain could potentially like bring the Dominican Republic into a faction with them in certain cases. You probably want to try and bring them into the Bolivarian
I
alliance to
should
prevent
make these mine layers, but without any
with no
fire
fire
control.
control system because that adds 60 to the cost of a ship that only costs 810 otherwise. It's
Okay.
you get a
And I
lot
want
fewer destroyers for only a 1 in
want
40
one dockyard
additional
on each
chance of
one
hitting.
dock. I want one dockyard on each one.
Yeah, I would. Uh, well, you're currently at war, and you can micromanage it a little bit. So I would actually queue one up below your convoys with 2 dockyards because you get 2 from each focus. So that will put both of the new ones when you get the first naval focus on it. Um,
Right.
it'll and then just like a couple days or sorry, the day before it finishes, you'll want to remember to see if pulling one of the dockyards would not change the time to finish. And if it wouldn't change the time to finish, then you pull one dockyard the day before it's done onto the other line in the line. But I would queue up a bunch of them, just put 2 dockyards in each, basically. Like 3 or 4. I would say 3 because you'll eventually get new tech. Like queue up like 3 of those destroyers. And I'll also license that thing from you just so you can get a little more civ economy. So,
Okay. All right.
did you already create the variant?
Oh shoot. I think I might have overwritten the last one. Ah, crap. Yeah, I think that might be what I did. I forgot to hit save as new, didn't I? Oh well. That's all right. Only a factory.
It just pulled a bunch of things I decommissioned as no longer obsolete. So you
Oops. Yeah.
it must have. Well, no, but the Durango class mine layer 2, what did you call it? The Durango mine layer 3 or something?
Yeah.
I don't see a change in the design that I licensed.
Huh.
But so even though you overrode it, I guess I still kept the variant from before. But yeah, it's not letting me license. If you didn't save it as a new variant, I can't license the So you accidentally overwrote your Durango class miner 2 doesn't have fire control.
I don't see a mine layer 2 anymore.
Oh, what did you call it? You called it 3?
Mine layer 3, yeah.
Oh, I
I
still
must.
have the mine
Yeah.
layer 2 myself available. Like I could build I wouldn't want to since I'd get licensed production variants, you get a production debuff like actually building them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So it doesn't update what I have, but like I technically still have a copy of the ship you can no longer build, but yeah. Oh well, that's fine, I guess. It's losing some industry, this license thing, and I've already given you a pretty big buff all this time, so
Yeah. It's not too bad.
alright. Well anyways, and you can more than pay me back with not that I'm trying to think of the needs of the many, it needs a few, but it'll more than make it up to me anyways. If you help me get war economy by like just shoot, but can I even license enough factories from you? I'm getting so many factories from trade. Um, yeah, I don't know if I can do war economy without some way to give away a bunch of factories. That's annoying. Maybe I'll give the Soviets a bunch of factories for like a day. Buy way more, buy a massive amount of chromium from Trotsky, who's now the leader of the Soviet Union, and theoretically, from a role play perspective, I've stockpiled a bunch of chromium for my ship production. I guess stainless steel production, that is. All right. Anyways, yep, I'll pause. Sorry, it was. Oh, I do get an event from you. That's interesting. I didn't think.
You just get more war support, or how does
No,
that?
I got your demand to withdraw from the Caribbean.
Oh, right. What happens if you say no?
Well, let me read this and see, because it'll hint, and the buttons don't make it very clear. In a passionate
Oh,
speech lasting more than 4 hours, Lazaro Cardenas, that's your current country leader, demanded that we abandon all our colonies in the Caribbean area, as they are, according to him, the most visible proofs of our imperialist oppression over the region. While some argue that we cannot afford to anger Mexico at the moment, more resolute advisers emphasize that we are totally capable of resisting them, and that our territorial integrity should never be justified. Puerto Rico, it's not U.S. territory. Even now, we've refused to give it statehood. I guess Puerto Rico is going to become independent.
you're gonna let them be independent?
Why wouldn't I? I mean, sure, I could raise colonial divisions, but they wouldn't. I'd have to use. I'd have to run an entirely parallel, like, set of divisions. Um, it
Uh,
like to improve them beyond. I could use them to get guard ports, but if I withdraw from Puerto Rico and they're fully independent, hold on, let me see where they are on their focus tree. Because I can look, and this is the last time. Yeah, they've already locked themselves into the deterrence neutrality thing. But they're currently just started their industrial focuses. If I withdraw from Puerto Rico and they're no longer my puppet, they'll eventually run all their industrial focuses, and you can eventually feed them to the Dominican Republic, which I would suggest eventually allying with, so that Spain, which will also be fascist, won't ally with the DR themselves. And you can
oh
use
yeah.
them to form the Antilles Confederation by feeding them Haiti and Cuba. You can also feed them Puerto Rico, which I think they get a core on through the Antilles Confederation. Is that one of the states they get a core?
Yeah. I think it's the whole Caribbean.
Yep, it is. I just checked on the wiki. So yeah, and so they'll get a core in it, and then integrate when you integrate the Antilles Confederation, which will actually be like, it's a renamed and reformed, but it's basically the Dominican Republic, and I'm pretty sure, even though I'm pretty sure you still can integrate them. I could be wrong, but either way, either you integrate them or you have a giant puppet in the Caribbean. But I'm mostly sure that you integrate them, you core them with just one decision, like I was talking about. That then you'll get Puerto Rico, and they'll be core territory. Of course, you have to feed them Puerto Rico, which is destroy half the build slots, and then when you annex them, they'll destroy half again. So, yeah, but you need it probably for the build slots for your navy, if you're ever gonna have a decent navy. It's kind of wasteful and inefficient, but um, yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Um, Anyways, I see no real reason not to withdraw. It's a bit of a few colonial divisions that I could have raised, but if they're independent, they don't have any resources. Oh, wait a second. Hmm. Hold on. Hold on a second. If I say no to, I was gonna do it, and then if I say no to you, you get the event. U.S. refuses our demands. I don't know what that does. That might actually be good too. That might give
Hmm.
you war support.
How do you tell?
Um, I don't know how. I don't. The only way to do would.
Yeah, I hate that events aren't clear.
I
Guess we
mean,
could save it and check, and then reload if
it's
we
crap.
disagree. But
Yeah. I'm saving it now. Uh, you'll get a wargle on me if I refuse. By the way.
oh, what?
You'll get a wargle on me. You could technically try and puppet the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
great
I
idea.
what?
Great idea.
I could like just let you march all the way through the country. It would probably cause problems with the my civil war being about to break out, though. Uh,
Yeah, I bet so.
yeah, and if I in beyond that, it might lock my focus tree if I get capitulated in a war. I'm not sure. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So while I
Oh,
wouldn't mind you puppeting like Texas or something or Florida, I although
yeah, I don't
you
need that.
might have issues if you puppet Florida and then Florida is supposed to join the Confederacy, it might just your puppet might just cease to exist and get handed off to the Confederates or something, you know?
Jeez.
Weird things
I,
might happen.
suck.
Uh
I don't need to use the war goal.
yeah, you probably don't need to use it. Let's see what happens if I say no. We don't negotiate with revolutionaries. I'm curious. Folks on YouTube, though, I'm gonna cut this. This is a perfect time to cut the video. Leave you something to look forward to. So, sayonara. I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. And may you always find a guy and start a lady home.